All right, everybody, welcome to a Friday evening edition of Teaching Crypto. Just wanted to go live here with some news that hit. If you like the show or if you haven't watched the show before, please hit that subscribe button, that like button, bell notification. Super chats are available, store is available. Any way you can help, even just by sharing the show, we greatly appreciate it as we try to march our way here to 2,000 subs as quickly as possible. So there was a leak today, and it looks like the new date. You were talking about January 10th. Well, it looks like it's going to be January 11th when that ETF for Bitcoin finally gets approved. That's as of the leaks today. Now, if that's true or not, we're not quite 100% sure. But, there's been a lot of smoke here. And you know the old saying, where there's smoke, there's fire. Well, the building's been burning here with an ETF news. Um, so the number one question I get is the ETF price already built in for Bitcoin right now? And I will say yes and no. Let me explain. I do think right now, sitting below 45, some of the price is baked in. However, I anticipate a pump between 48 to 50K, probably conservatively around 48K when the news hits. Kind of is the pump going to last 24 hours, 40 hours? I can't tell you. And then I expect some of the alts to follow. I do expect some type of pullback between now at the end until the end of February. Now, why the end of February? That gives us about 5 to 6 weeks before the halving, April 1st. So I anticipate, there's always manipulation in crypto. We saw it earlier this week with the fake news article that the ETF was not approved, and you saw Bitcoin go all the way down to 40K. You saw the alts going down. So here's what I anticipate. I really anticipate here, and we're not financial advisors here, entertainment purposes only. I anticipate we're going to get an approval officially the 11th, but I think we're going to get significant news that it's official before the 11th. Probably Sunday night, Monday morning would be my guess. Could happen at any time. I anticipate Bitcoin to go up between 48 and 50K to stay there for a little bit. I do anticipate sometime in January, can't tell you the date, some type of regression here. I'm not talking about going back to 25 or 30 or 35, maybe low 40s, maybe high 30s, but I actually don't think we're even going to get below 40 here. That's just my opinion here. And I think the alts will kind of bleed just a little bit. And I really do think after Valentine's Day, post Super Bowl, maybe a week before March or even 2 weeks before March, we start taking off. And I think March is going to be amazing. But to take advantage of March, you got to be willing to buy, maybe start DCAing now, not financial advice, or maybe when we do get a dip. If you're sitting on the sidelines and you've been waiting, there will be a dip. I don't think we're going straight up all the way through April 1st. However, if you're holding something now, so for example, we mentioned Muse over a week ago. Since then, it's over 100%, right? So if you bought then, great. If you took profits, right? If you haven't, consider it. But everyone has a different risk tolerance. Since the last show, Muse is up over 40%. And so this is one of the ones that I said that you'd want to have in your portfolio. One of the reasons why it's such a low cap, right? And, I was a huge Audius fan, but this one's a newer token, and this one's been doing amazing. Okay. So when we first mentioned it, it was below 10. Price now is 2082. Earlier, just, a couple days ago, hit 2378. I think this one's headed towards triple digits sometime in the bull run in 2024. I can't tell you when. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be overnight, but this is a nice buy and hold. But also, I think this one will run a little bit more, and then it'll retrace just like all the other altcoins will when we have our Bitcoin retrace. Again, I'm anticipating some type of pullback here after the ETF news. I think some of the price is baked in. I do think we're still going up, though. I wouldn't be shocked if we hit 50K or 49, high 49s got rejected, slowed down for a few weeks. Some manipulation, try to scare some people like earlier in this week. And then, like I said, sometime in February, we take off, and we take off big time, right? I'm expecting a 90K BTC sometime this year. Probably we're looking closer to summer, fall than, to be honest with you, right now. But, you never know. You never know with Bitcoin. But overall, still hugely bullish here. And so right now, what is your strategy? Well, if you are waiting for a pullback, that's fine. Now, remember, even though I anticipate a pullback, Mr. FOMO anticipates a pullback. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here today. He injured himself a little bit. That's what happens when you get over 40. You want to make him feel better, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and Mr. FOMO will feel a lot better. I'm looking at Solana right now at 100, right? That's, when the Bitcoin ETF, does get approved, something like that could easily go up 25% in 1 week. And so if you do want to buy now, I still think there's opportunity. There is more risk, right? If the ETF does get delayed and we've been fed a bunch of bogus rumors, you'll see the market go down a little bit, but not for very long, right? This ETF thing is going to happen. It's just a matter is it going to happen on the 10th or the 11th, as we're hearing today? Or is the SEC going to pull back just a little bit and make people wait? But I can't imagine this is not going to happen well before the halving. Remember, we have until April 1st. And so just, if you didn't, you don't want to chase pumps, right? So if you're upset, you saw the show, you heard me talk about Muse twice, you didn't get in, that is okay. There'll be time later to get in, right? But right now, some of the ones I'm looking at, Solana, Chainlink taking a breather, right? Injective taking a breather, okay? Avalanche taking a breather, Multiverse X taking a breather, HBAR. I know we have some HBAR fans out there taking a breather. Right now, there seems to be a lot of opportunity to me. And so if and when the ETF does get approved next week and we get a little bit of a dip over the next 24 hours, man, it could be a nice little flip. We used to do a show, a weekly show in last Bullrun about flips. It could be a nice flip in terms of, if you anticipate us going to 50K and the alt's running next week, you could see some nice 20 to 30% profits on these tokens, right? And then we get the pullback. Then you come back in and you wait 4 to 6 weeks, and then you really, I think, are going to see some nice fireworks here, probably post Super Bowl, mid to late February would be my guess around there. And just remember, we talked about this. You never want to chase pumps. Don't get you just don't want to be overreacting. And what I mean by that is you want to be patient, because not all the coins pump at once, right? Muse is pumping right now. Guess what? Next week, it could be Engine, right? ETH could finally have its day. ETH is due. And the other thing I want to talk about tonight, I didn't put it in the headline, there's now some smoke about ETH ETF rumors. And so some people are theorizing that whales are dumping ETH right now in vast quantity to keep the cost down. They want to accumulate as much ETH as they can under 2,500, because a lot of people do think, not just me, ETH is headed for 5 to 10K in 2024. Maybe that takes 10K probably takes longer. You might not see that till 2025, but there are a lot of people right now that supposedly want to get as much ETH as they can under 2,500. And so if that's the case, that would explain ETH kind of slow moving. In the summer, we were fluctuating. We got as low as 1,600, and we just weren't moving that much. Stayed at 1,800 for a while. Right now, ETH, well over 2,000, but it hasn't been as explosive as people thought it would be. So, if you're holding ETH, please don't sell right now. Worst time to sell. I just want to say that right now. There's no doubt in my mind we're going to hit 3,000, fairly soon. Will we hit it on the day that ETF news? I don't know. But I think you're going to see, I'd be shocked if he wasn't at 2,500, 24 hours or the day of the ETF news. That's just me. And then we'll see from there. No, obviously, if BTC retraces, E will retrace. And if you're not in ETH, that will be a great chance to get in, because remember, it is one of the most stable coins in the crypto market. So I just wanted to point those things out. If you just came into crypto and you're getting a little bit impatient, this is normal. And you got to zoom out. Remember, it wasn't that long ago on the show, we were talking about 26, and people were mad at me because I predicted Bitcoin to go to 30. It didn't go to 30. Now look at us now, pushing 45. And some people are mad it's not hitting 50. Trust me, 7 months from now, you're not seeing below 50K BTC. That would be a dream. Just like right now, raise your hand. How many of you would buy BTC under 26? Well, you had that opportunity not that long ago. Just go back to the summer. 25K BTC, guys. Okay. And now we're wondering, what is it going to take to hold it under 50? So now you kind of see what's going on. So I just wanted to point those things out. Not a long show tonight. I want you guys to have a wonderful weekend. Hey, you could help us out by sharing, hitting that like button. We greatly, greatly appreciate it, guys. As always, we'll keep you up to date for your Voyager people and any updates. As of right now, no distribution looks like it's happening. And if anything hits with ETF news, we will be on here to break it. Thanks, everyone. You guys have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you later. Hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you.